I'm a bit lost for words after that. I just blew away.
Yeah, it was unexpected. Having 6 weeks off since our last game, and the amount of changes we had and a lot of debutants, it was a bit of an unknown. And obviously playing against the Valke, who we didn't know too much of. Enter a game like that. Just hoping, I suppose, that you just execute and do your basics really well, and we're very, very clinical tonight. So very, very happy. Yeah.
Best performance? Would that be your best performance of the series?
I think considering where we're at, it's up there definitely. Yeah, like I said, just having the amount of time we just had off, and I think those Fiji games were very good performances. But yeah, it's definitely one of the better ones this year.
Well, we're just saying there, they were a big side, and in the first 10 minutes or so, they were pretty aggressive against you. But once you got over that period, I think it really back to you.
No, and we spoke about playing a fast game, speeding everything up, and I think we managed that quite well, and managed that opening 10 minutes quite well. We took a little bit of while to get going, but they did challenge us early, and we knew they were going to be physical. What we'd seen of them, they do contest the breakdowns really, really well and hard. So that was a key focus for us this week, was winning the collisions and being good physically. Yeah.
But they had, again, the first 10 minutes, so they were pretty strong in set piece. Did you make any adjustments there, or was it just a case of just getting the right, getting that right adjustment? I guess was that they just seemed happy with the set piece.
Yeah, it was a different challenge, I guess, that we've had. We've normally been pretty dominant at set piece, the other teams that we've played. So it was a good challenge. I guess it was kind of feeling them out a little bit. We had a little bit of footage on them. We weren't sure what they were going to bring, but most of the pitches that were at line-out time were about what we had seen, and most of our plans, once we kind of got into the game a little bit, we started to work, and our calling system was working pretty good, to be fair. Yeah.
Talk about settling down. Was it a case of the front row filling each other out as you started, and just I don't know, you just seem to turn it around very quickly?
Yeah, I guess that new rule, or I guess it's an old rule that's been brought back. So yeah, there was a little bit of, we had a few trainings this week and last week to try to sort that out, and I thought after a couple of scrums we got there and it worked pretty good, to be fair, and we started to feel pretty dominant in those scrums. Yeah.
This isn't talking about no leaning anymore.
Yeah, a little bit more of a hit. So if you can get across that gain line early, you can get yourself into a pretty good position to have a dominant scrum and get that go forward.
Tim, you spoke about when they play fast. That power try really set the pattern. Once you got that, obviously Isaac's chicken chase, but the power try, that really opened up.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it probably gave us a little bit of confidence as well after that battle that was that happened throughout that first 10 or 15 minutes, and then to get a try like that probably just released the shackles a bit, I suppose. Yeah, but that just came back to what we focus on, and when we do turn over ball, we look to shift it and really challenge the opposition, and over the next 2 or 3 phases, and it's our attacking theme there is space invaders, and Isaac saw a bit of spacing behind and put a nice little dinky kick in and regathered and scored. So the power try was great, but there was just other areas of the game, our key focus areas, I suppose, where we were really, really good tonight.
What about all the newcomers for this game? So we had several new boys coming out and playing, trialling, and how do you think they went?
Yeah, really good. They've fitted in really well. Picked up the things that we've been working on for the whole year, pretty good. And obviously there's a fair bit of nerves in the warm-up with some of them, but when they got out there, and that's what it is. Just once you get out there and just bet yourself and play your game and what you got, play your strengths of what got you there. And I think they did that. That none of them let themselves down. They all went out there and helped to build in the Force jersey, which is cool. A few local lads as well, which is awesome. Yeah, to see that come through.
From where I sat, both Leon and Chris Miller did outstanding. What do you think of their performances?
Yeah, great. You can see the talent they've had that they've got at training. Like Leon's pretty explosive, really good on his feet, and Chris has got a pretty good voice. You could hear it out there, and just the way his speed, and he was pretty aggressive. I think the first impact he had in the game was a tackle on one of their big forwards out wide, and did pretty well. I think he brought him into touch, which is pretty cool, and it just gives you that a bit of a boost, and it just flowed on from there for him. It was good.
And Jonah as well, filling in that role of wingers. How do you think he went?
Yeah, Jonah, I think, struggled to find his way into the game. A lot of the play in that first half was on Rod Davies' wing. So, I think Jonah, he hadn't played for a while, so he blew a few cobwebs off. I think he was pretty excited. He's got a lot of energy at the best of times, Jonah. But it's good to see him get some touches in that second half when we moved into fullback, and you can see the quality that there is there with Jonah, and he's physical. He's just a smart footy player and loves having the ball in his hands.
A new fella you're trialling from Manly Seagulls is interesting.
Yeah, and that I think we had to move pretty quickly there when we lost some outside backs in Musavesi and Clay, and Brad Lacey's injury. So it's important that we just have a look at some guys moving into NRC and next year. But he's big, and he's been here for 2 weeks, and you can see that he's shed a bit of weight already and looking quite ominous there on the wing. But big H. He's completed his 2-year Mormon mission in April this year over in Tonga, so he's just got the drive to become a professional rugby player again, or rugby. He was in rugby league, but he wants to try his hand in rugby.
But obviously, the foundations are set up front, but the 9, 10, 15 spine you've got is very impressive.
Yeah, we're very fortunate there. They're outstanding, and I'll say it again. Natural footy players, they just play on instinct, which is what I love. It's great to sit back and watch them play to their ability and back themselves, and they're a handful. You said it on the back. You've got to have a good pack to allow these guys to showcase their skills, and I wouldn't like to play against them.
And Andrew's announcement today, great news for you guys.
Yeah, look, it is, and it's fantastic. What he and Nicola are doing for WA Rugby and the Western Force, and I think it's for our guys. It gives them something to really drive or strive towards next year. In Andrew's setting up this tournament and his vision, which is fantastic.
Looking at your gameplay today, do the rule changes from a standard rugby union drive innovation in your attack pattern? Because I saw a lot of differences from what we have in the US. Your tempo and your kicks and play was compared to what we see in Major League Rugby it's rapid rugby, right? You're seeing a significant difference, and then also, how will that drive game plans when you go into the NRC campaign?
I think it's pretty good, to be fair. I guess teams kind of take the pressure off a little bit sometimes when you have to kick out on the 22, and I guess it's the biggest one we've had to get our head around a little bit is we can't kick it out, so we have to play ourselves out, and I guess it works in our advantage of our game plan is to find space, and if that's kick, pass, run, we want to get to that space as quickly as possible as we can. So I think it just helps with our fitness as well. I know, go back to NRC, we'll probably be playing 80 minutes, but talking to those Stafford boys out there today, they said after 70 minutes they felt like they'd been playing 80 minutes of rugby, and they were actually pretty surprised with how quick the game was. So it's something different. I think being together for so long will help us, go through the NRC tournament and take it one step further than we did last year, and get that trophy would be great.
Then, so next year you have we have a confirmed season for Rapid Rugby, 14 games, and then the playoffs. How does that sort of establish a pathway for force players, if you've seen a force player call up for all these camp? how does that, I guess, just set in stone again, I guess, that pathway for force players to make it, and for, I guess, young children coming out of WA to have that pathway?
No, it's great. I guess there was a fair bit of limbo when the Force got dropped out of Super Rugby, and it's just good to see that there is a pathway here. There's all these young kids coming through that. I guess I've been so surprised since getting here that the rugby culture in Perth is massive. And it's pretty multicultural with New Zealanders, South Africans, Aussies, and a few Pacific Islanders flowing in there as well. So it's just great to be able to have that pathway now, and have that, and for those young fellas to be able to look up to the Force players that are playing at the moment and think it'd be cool to come out here and run out here and play for the Force one day as well. And hopefully we don't leak too many in the future back over to Sydney or Brisbane and stuff like that. It'd be great to hold on to them.
The final one is so Marcel Rocky is in the leadership group for the Eagles. What kind of a player is he like for you guys?
He's in our leadership group as well, and he's a very respected man within the Force and Western Australian rugby. And I just think he brings a fair bit of calmness to our environment and to our game, and to the way we play the game, and just a lot of direction as well. Obviously he's played international rugby, so he's been to that highest level, and when he comes back here, he doesn't really drop too much at all. He keeps to his high standards and helps drive everyone else along, which is great. I think that's one of the biggest things with him.
Do you want to add something to that,
No, Jeremy spoke exceptionally well.
He's probably the biggest bum slacker in the team, isn't he?
Marcel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He brings the energy. Yeah. Loves a bum slap.
The bruises are gone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Guys, that's your first taste of rapid rugby. What's your first thoughts?
It's quick. It's quick decisions. It's a bit of a step up, another level for what we used to. But a great experience. I mean, it's really been an excellent, entertaining vibe and experience out there, but very good product.
I guess it's your first chance to play it, and the difference is you guys probably took a while to grasp just what was going on. I guess after that first 2 minutes, when you looked to be pretty solid. We made silly mistakes. We just gave the ball away too easily. It's one thing we said before the time is if we keep hold of the ball, we know we can score tries, but the Force were very good at capitalising on our mistakes. Do you think we got drawn in a little bit to that style that is now being played by the Force in global rugby, which is a step away from what you're used to?
Look, we try to play a similar brand of rugby back in South Africa. We've been really focusing on trying to keep ball in hand and having a go if it's on out of our own 22. So it wasn't a big change, mental change for us. We tried to play that brand, but like I said, I just think it was a bit the speed at which the Force reacted on our mistakes just caught us out a little bit.
Obviously, there was appreciative that you brought such a side over. Do you see this as a new pathway for yourselves and other teams within the South?
No, for sure. We'll focus on our team for a start. This also gave us a bit of an idea of where our players are, which players in the current squad will be able to make the step up and who not, and take things from there. But if the competition grows and there's other opportunities, I'm sure there's other teams in South Africa that will love to get involved.
Sorry, I stepped out so I didn't hear the last bit, but overall, good experience for you guys?
Yeah, very good. Very good, apart from the score. Very good experience, I think, for the players as well. Is at least now they've got an idea of what the travel will be like going forward. What the stadium, the setup, the entertainment, the possible distractions, and how to deal with it. I mean, the crowd flooding the field afterwards is brilliant. I mean, it's really good, and that interaction with the players and the crowd and like all our players were caught without pens. You see all the Western Force guys walking with pens, something simple like that, in order to give signatures. I mean, it's a learning curve. It's going to be a learning curve for us, but something simple like that will make a big difference. And yeah, it's very good. It was very good.
The way it's packaged, with
yeah,
entertainment,
really.
that's something to take off in.
No, I mean you've got a concert, you've got fireworks, you've got that afterwards. I said to Brad, one of the Western Force guys I met there at the gym when we went, that's injured at the moment. I said to him, the nice thing is, you're selling a product to the kids and to the parents, and and even if it's just a kids thing, the parents have to come with. That interaction afterwards, they want to meet their heroes, they want to see their heroes, and everybody's involved. It's really great package.
Great, thank you.
Sorry, in the result, and we are better than that. So we will show that when we come back here again. I think that was a good opportunity for us to see where we are, and also the Force played well. So we've got to also compliment in the way they played, but we will be better. I can promise you that.
Would you say that the restrictions placed on the kicking game was one of your biggest challenges to adapt to?
Not really, because we also are not really in favour of a kicking game. The biggest difference tonight was the way we reacted to our mistakes as to which the Western Force reacted to their mistakes. I think that was the standout thing for me tonight.
And on that, I mean, in our own 22, that is something that we will have to look at, is how to play effectively out of the 22, because we have, like Rudy said, we have better options. The players just didn't execute it. So what we call zigzag rugby. We got caught into playing that in our 22, where it's easy to defend. I mean, you make a tackle, you just stand up and you just fall back, and they just come run at you again. So you're never asking questions on the numbers, and then we turn it over and the Force capitalize.
And it's not typically what we do. It's something that happened tonight, which we were quite surprised that they fell into that sort of trap themselves, because that is not what we coach. That's not the way we play. We haven't done it this year. So now we have just got to sort it out and fix it.
Fell into the trap. Did you get drawn into it because of the way the Force were playing? You almost felt they had to try and play that way as well.
Yeah, they probably tried to do something differently, and you should not try to do things different to what you're used to and what you practice, because you should stick to your plan. When we were sticking to our plan and we were playing it well, we made some good progress. We created opportunities. We didn't finish though, but we actually created some opportunities to score some tries. So I'm happy about that. But when we went out of our normal way of playing, we made it very hard for ourselves.
I think they talk about that little period in the second half there when you scored your tries. You sort of went back to traditional rugby, if you like.
Yeah, but even in the first half, we gave away 2 turnovers in the process of scoring tries, and that is unacceptable. So we were doing well. We were really getting momentum, and we got close, and then at the last minute, and a very soft tackle that resulted in that 1-9 try.
How do you think the boys enjoyed the experience? Obviously, it's much different to what you used to.
Oh, they loved it. They loved the fact that they could come out here, that they could experience this. They hate the loss, I can tell you that. They're not happy, but they love the experience and being part of this, and they're quite proud to be part of this.
And the travel, obviously, much further away than what you used to.
Yes, 6 time zones it's a quite challenge, but I think we've done well. We've planned well, and they weren't in a bad form. I don't think that played a massive role tonight. I think maybe a little bit. So we don't really have excuses from that point of view.
Yeah, we'll have to get the feedback from them in terms of how they felt
Yeah.
and what they felt. I think they force-fed us a bit at the hotel, but that's still it's still in their control
we were
what
well
they
looked
eat
after.
and what they don't. But it'll be a fact-finding mission now, afterwards, to say, listen, how did you feel? When did you feel what? Etc. Etc. And obviously for us to learn from that, where can we do things better? I mean, with Rudy's experience and all his traveling with teams, we used that as best as we could. We made adjustments for the time zones, even for a week and a bit back in South Africa. Started earlier, to bed earlier, etc. etc. And now it's the feedback. It's honestly, how did you feel? Did you eat too much? Did you eat something different than what you normally did? You know, how did you feel?
But you've got to be careful to put too much into
Yeah.
that. Those are not massive influences.
Do you think
Yeah.
this creates a more fun style to play because you have a more fast-paced game with not being able to kick out on
Yeah, for sure.
European territory?
Look, it is a great initiative, and we support it 100% because we love that sort of rugby, and I think people want to see that. But it's going to take a little bit of adjustment and a little bit of thinking about how to do it effective and accurately. But yeah, fantastic. I think it's great for the crowd to watch.
How do you think your Malaysian players assimilated into the squad this week?
Look, it was a tough ask for them to come in, join the captain's practice and play. But we're pretty happy that I think they've done their bit, and we've given them a fair bit of time, as you saw. I think they probably both got close to 15-20 minutes, and no, I think they did what they had to do, and we're happy for the fact that we could do it. I mean, because that is one of our major objectives, is to raise the standard of Malaysian rugby and to get them to a different level, and we need to expose them to professionalism.
Would you do it again next year?
Yes, for sure.
Guys, we'll end on that note now. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.